This video is brought to you by Global Men's Wellness, your 24/7 AI health expert. No copays, waiting rooms, or awkward conversations. Just real answers whenever you need them. Visit globalmenswellness.com to try it free and get your own on-demand concierge-level wellness expert today.
Welcome to the 21st Century Man podcast. We're here to take a real deep dive into each chapter of the book, The 21st Century Man.
That's right, pulling out those key insights, the actionable wisdom you can use.
Exactly. And today, we are digging into chapter 99, a big one. It's all about gratitude.
It really is a cornerstone chapter. Dr. Bernard Churchill, the author, he's a pediatric urologist. Actually, he frames gratitude in a really striking way.
How so?
He doesn't just call it a feeling, he calls it a genuine prescription, like something prescribed to improve, well, every single aspect of your health.
A prescription. Wow. That's quite a claim. He even brings in Cicero. Right.
He does. The quote is, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others." Sets a high bar.
It really does. So what makes this prescription so, unique, apart from the big promise?
Well, what's fascinating is how practical it is. I mean, think about it. Once you have the book, it costs nothing extra.
Right. No copay.
Exactly. And no side effects, no complications to worry about, none of the usual medical stuff, and the promise. You actually start seeing positive results pretty quickly after you begin.
That sounds almost too good to be true, in a way. And the long-term outlook.
Excellent, provided you stick with it. But, and this is important, Dr. Churchill adds a key caveat.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Gratitude works best, it's most effective, when it's part of a lifelong commitment to overall health. It's not just a quick fix, it's an attitude you cultivate.
A sustained effort. Got it.
And that consistent practice, that's what really shows its value when life throws those major curveballs.
You mean like serious health issues?
Precisely. We all hope for smooth sailing, but imagine hearing, you have cancer, or you've had a pulmonary embolus, maybe a minor stroke.
Yeah, those are the moments you dread.
Exactly. And it's in those moments, the really tough ones, that a foundation of gratitude built over years becomes, well, maybe your most valuable asset. It's that inner resilience you build before the storm hits.
That makes a lot of sense. The book even has this little sort of warning sticker about gratitude.
Oh, yeah. What's it say?
It says, "This condition is quite contagious," which, frankly, is a kind of contagion I think we could all use more of.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Let it spread.
Okay, so let's break it down. What is gratitude, fundamentally, and why does it matter so much? The word itself, gratitude, comes from Latin, right?
Gratis.
That's right. Gratis, meaning thankful or pleasing. And that root tells us a lot.
How so?
Well, Robert Emmons, who's a major scholar in this field, points out that all the related words, kindness, generousness, gifts, they all tie into this idea of the beauty of giving and receiving. He also says gratitude just plain feels good, it's inherently positive, and crucially, it motivates you to share that goodness you've received. It makes you want to pay it forward.
Emmons also talks about a process, doesn't he? Like steps to gratitude.
He does. He outlines, first, recognizing you've got something positive, and third, appreciating the motives behind the gift, the donor's intent.
Okay, first and third. What about the second? It's interesting. The book notes Emmons' list, but then highlights a French summary that seems to fill it out more completely.
The French perspective. What is it?
It's 3 clear steps. 1, I recognize intellectually. 2, I acknowledge willingly. 3, I appreciate emotionally.
Recognize, acknowledge, appreciate. Head, heart, gut kind of thing.
Exactly. It's not just knowing you got something good. It's willingly accepting it and then really feeling that appreciation deep down. All 3 together make it complete.
That makes so much sense. So gratitude isn't just one thing. The book lists it as, an emotion, a mood, a virtue, a habit, a motive, a trait, even a coping mechanism.
It's incredibly multifaceted.
Yeah.
And each one of those facets helps shape a more positive way of dealing with life's, bumps in the road.
People have tried to capture its essence for ages, right? There's some great quotes in the chapter.
Oh, definitely. Like that simple, anonymous one. Gratitude turns what we have into enough, just stops the endless wanting.
Yeah, that's powerful. And Willie Nelson put it so bluntly. When I started counting my blessings, my whole life turned around. A total perspective shift.
And it's not just personal. Summer Allen, over at UC Berkeley's Greater Good Science Center, calls it the social glue.
Social glue.
Yeah, the thing that strengthens relationships, friends, family, partners, and basically holds society together. It's fundamental.
But there's that irony too, isn't there? Cynthia Ozick warns us.
Right. We often take for granted the very things or people that most deserve our gratitude. It's so easy to get used to the good stuff.
So true. And Eglin Arlington Robinson, he talks about two kinds.
Yeah, the sudden kind we feel for what we take, like an immediate reaction, and then the larger kind we feel for what we give, suggests a deeper, more giving form of gratitude.
Seems like gratitude is really tied up with love and reverence, too.
Inseparable, really. True gratitude for someone is part of real love, and for the author, it leads to this deep reverence for big things like country, education, music, science, even basketball.
Okay, fair enough. This leads us nicely into the whole theological and philosophical side of gratitude.
Absolutely. For literally thousands of years, people across cultures have thanked a higher power, God, the universe, whatever their understanding, as the ultimate source of good.
It's everywhere in religion, isn't it? Hindus, Jews, Buddhists, Christians, Muslims. The list goes on.
For millennia, the core message in so many prayers boils down to, thank you, God, for everything. Simple, profound.
Theologian Karl Barth said our main response to God should be thanksgiving, not fear or guilt.
Exactly. And in Judaism, there's the Modim blessing in the Amida prayer, we give thanks to you. Buddha had this really logical take, too.
Oh, yeah.
He basically said, be thankful. If you didn't learn a lot, at least you learned a little. If you didn't learn a little, at least you didn't get sick. If you got sick, at least you didn't die. So always find a reason.
That's quite the perspective check.
Yeah.
And Martin Luther called gratitude the basic Christian attitude.
He did. And the Eucharist, the central Christian rite, the word itself means thanks in Greek. In Islam, you have prayers of gratitude 5 times a day, plus cultivating it during Ramadan. It's woven right in.
So, back to Cicero's idea. Gratitude is the parent of virtues. How does that work?
Well, if virtue is, high moral behavior, humility, kindness, patience, charity, all that,
Right.
then living gratefully naturally steers you away from sin or those transgressions. Think of the 7 deadly sins: pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, sloth. They're all about irrational excess, things that ultimately harm your health and well-being.
And gratitude counters that.
It seems to. It fosters moderation and appreciation, which pushes back against those excesses. Theologians generally agree we have free choice here, but gratitude helps guide that choice positively. Addiction, for instance, often starts with unchecked indulgence.
It's interesting, though, this isn't just for the traditionally religious anymore, is it?
Not at all. The book talks about the rise of the unaffiliated or religious atheists, agnostics, the spiritual but not religious crowd. They often embrace gratitude deeply, especially around things like Thanksgiving.
Cara Isabella Burton calls them the religiously remixed.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of customizing their spirituality.
Exactly. Focusing on intuition over institution. And philosophers, of course, have weighed in for centuries.
Like Aristotle.
Yeah, way back. He saw virtue as the midpoint between extremes, deficiency, and excess. Moderation was key. And he thought you learned virtue mostly by doing it, by practice and habit. Very relevant to avoiding abuse of, well, anything really. Food, alcohol, whatever.
And Confucius.
His big virtues were Zen, basically, care for others, and lie manners, ritual, proper behavior. Both promote harmony, which gratitude feeds into.
David Hume apparently really hated ingratitude.
He called it the most horrid and unnatural of crimes. Strong words, shows how deeply valued gratitude is.
And wrapping up the philosophy, Robert Emmons again emphasizing it's a choice.
Gratitude is an approach to life that can be freely chosen. It does not depend on objective life circumstances. Powerful reminder. You can choose it regardless of what's happening around you.
It's wild that with all this ancient wisdom, the science of gratitude is relatively new, like the last 30 or 40 years.
Yeah, it took a while for science to catch up, you could say. 3 things really kicked it off.
What were they?
First, fMRI, functional magnetic resonance imaging. Suddenly, we could see what the brain was doing when someone felt grateful. Game changer.
I bet. What else?
Second, psychology itself started to shift. It wasn't just about fixing problems like anxiety or depression anymore. It started looking at positive stuff like well-being, resilience, and yes, gratitude. The whole field of positive psychology emerged.
And the third thing?
Funding. Organizations like the John Templeton Foundation started putting serious money into researching these areas that really accelerated things.
So what has this new science found? Anything about evolution?
Yeah, there's evidence. Biologists see gratitude-like behaviors in animals, chimps, sharing food after being groomed, that kind of thing. Suggests deep roots.
And genetics.
Also a factor. Twin studies point to a genetic component linked to a gene called CD38.
CD38, what's that do?
It's involved in releasing oxytocin, the love hormone. So there might be some biological underpinning for our capacity for gratitude.
Fascinating. And what about the brain scans, the fMRI stuff?
They show increased activity in areas like the prefrontal cortex and the anterior cingulate cortex when people feel gratitude. These are key areas for like higher thinking and emotion regulation.
Okay.
But here's maybe the coolest part. Gratitude seems to actually rewire the brain. It makes people feel more rewarded when other people do well.
Wow, really? So it actually makes you happier for other success?
It seems so. It fosters a kind of pro-social orientation. It's not just about feeling good yourself.
That's incredible. Can they even measure gratitude now?
Yeah. They've developed psychological scales, yeah. Things like the Transpersonal Gratitude Scale, or TGS, and the Multi-Component Gratitude Measure, MCGM.
And what do those measures show?
Really interesting stuff. They consistently find an inverse relationship between gratitude and negative traits.
Inverse, meaning?
Meaning as gratitude goes up, things like envy, materialism, narcissism, and cynicism tend to go down, and vice versa. If those negative things are high, it's harder to feel grateful.
So cultivating gratitude can actually push back against those less desirable traits.
That's exactly what the research suggests. It acts like a counterbalance.
Okay, this is all hugely compelling, which brings us to the big practical question. How do I, or you listening, actually get better at this? How do we improve our gratitude skills?
Right. The book uses that great analogy, the Carnegie Hall methodology.
Ah, how do you get to Carnegie Hall?
Exactly. Commitment, practice, and more practice. There's no magic bullet. The absolute most important step is just to start.
Just begin. Okay, so what are some concrete things you can do starting today?
Well, try this. Make a list. Think of the 5 most important people in your life right now.
Okay, got it.
Now, brainstorm some specific ways you can show them you're grateful. Don't just think thanks. Be specific.
Like how?
Simple things like I love you or thank you are great, but maybe try something like I'm just so grateful we've had these past 20 years together. Or if you're religious, maybe we feel so blessed to have your family as neighbors. Something concrete.
Make it personal and specific.
Yes. And try to find something or someone to be genuinely grateful for every single day, even small things. And crucially, express it. Remember that quote?
The William Arthur Ward one.
Yeah. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. You got to complete the circuit. Act on it.
Great image.
Yeah.
What about broader ways to express gratitude beyond just personal thank yous?
Volunteer work is a fantastic way. It's structured, you meet people, and you're actively giving back out of gratitude.
Good point.
Charitable donations, too, of course. The book makes a useful distinction between charity meeting immediate needs and philanthropy, which is more strategic, long-term giving. Both are great expressions.
And it mentions appreciating nature and the arts, too, right?
Absolutely. Taking time to appreciate plants, animals, landscapes, and things like music therapy, playing or listening, and dance therapy. They're not just good for your health, they're ways to connect with and appreciate beauty and creativity.
So connecting gratitude now to overall healthy living, starting with ourselves, with our own well-being. The author quotes his mother-in-law.
Rose Chandro, a wise woman, her quote, "Health is your greatest asset. Simple, but profound. Gratitude starts with valuing that asset."
And finding moments of peace.
Definitely. Actively seeking out times for serenity, for tranquility. It means slowing down the mental chatter, letting go of negativity, finding some calm in the chaos.
How do we do that?
Well, prayer for the religious, mindful meditation for anyone, both are proven ways. And gratitude is often a key part of both practices.
And combining that calm with exercise.
Big benefits there, too. Especially outdoor exercise. Getting that mental quiet time plus the physical activity is a powerful combo.
Melody Beattie's quote seems relevant here. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow.
Beautifully put, and science backs this up. Regularly cultivating gratitude links directly to higher life satisfaction, more optimism, better well-being, more positive feelings, just more happiness overall.
It actually helps us grow psychologically, too.
Seems so. Studies show it helps develop relatedness, our connection to others and autonomy, our sense of control, basic human needs. It appears to broaden and build those positive emotions.
And it fights the negative stuff.
Directly. It combats the processes underlying depression, unhappiness, burnout. It motivates you to improve yourself, and it's a vital coping tool for life's big challenges. Illness, financial trouble, loss.
It even helps prevent suicide.
Statistically, yes. Regular group gratitude practices, like attending religious services, are linked to lower suicide rates. It provides connection and perspective. As Karl Barth said, joy is the simplest form of gratitude.
Okay, that's the impact on ourselves. What about our families, our partnerships, creating that healthy environment?
Crucial. The author, being a pediatric specialist, really stresses how vital gratitude is for a healthy family. And it starts with the partners.
There's that framework. Find, remind, and bind.
Exactly. Find good people for relationships. Remind each other often of the good things you share, the blessings, and let that shared gratitude bind you together for the long haul.
Simple but powerful. And for parenting.
Maria Shriver's quote is a gut punch. At work, you are replaceable, but as a parent, you are irreplaceable. A huge reason for gratitude right there.
And William James saying our deepest need is appreciation. Kids need that too.
Absolutely. Simplicity and consistency are key in families. Make gratitude a regular part of life.
The book adapts JFK's famous line.
Right. Ask not what your loved ones can do for you, but what you can do for your loved ones. And also, living your appreciation, not just saying it.
And the author's father had some slogans.
Yeah, the family that prays together stays together, and the family that plays together also stays together. Old sayings, but maybe more important now than ever.
Very true.
Huh.
Okay, let's shift to exercise. Gratitude-based exercise. The history is fascinating. Hunter-gatherers had to move. Farmers moved. Then came machines.
And personal sloth, as the book calls it. Tractors, cars, TVs, computers. We engineered movement out of our lives.
And the use it or lose it principle applies.
Big time. Muscles, heart, lungs, even brain efficiency, they all decline without regular use. So where does gratitude come in?
How does it connect?
It's the starting point. Being grateful for whatever physical ability you do have right now at almost any level. That appreciation is the spark for an exercise program. You don't have to be a marathon runner. Just be thankful you can walk around the block.
So gratitude fuels the motivation. What kind of activities?
Simple, accessible things are often best. Walking, hiking, cycling, using resistance bands, basic stretching. Cheap and effective.
And those ancient practices, yoga and Tai Chi.
Fantastic examples. Yoga, 5,000 years of wisdom combining mind, breath, and body. Tai Chi, that ancient Chinese art blending meditation and movement. Both are wonderful for cultivating wellness and gratitude together.
All right, let's talk diet and nutrition through the lens of gratitude. The historical examples are stark. Jamestown settlers starving.
80% died, primarily from starvation. Their gratitude for food must have been immense. Then the Pilgrims' first Thanksgiving celebrating a successful harvest, pure relief and gratitude.
Compare that to today. The obesity stats are shocking. Over a third of U.S. adults, high rates in kids, way higher than many other developed nations.
It's grim. And the estimate of 300,000 preventable deaths a year from obesity in the U.S. Plus, we waste about a third of our food supply.
So the argument is our gratitude for healthy food has taken a hit.
A big hit. We've lost that sense of reverence for nourishment. A gratitude-based diet isn't complicated. Moderate amounts of whole foods, especially fruits and vegetables.
Fiber, complex carbs, slow energy release.
Exactly. Drinking water instead of sugary stuff.
Yeah.
And portion control. American restaurant portions are often preposterously large, as the book says.
Yeah, that's often true. There's a beautiful Native American prayer mentioned.
Yes. Thanking the Great Spirit, the Earth Mother, everyone who brought the food, asking that the food's goodness brings out the Spirit's goodness within, that's eating with gratitude.
Beautiful. Lastly, let's tackle gratitude and preventing bad habits, especially addiction.
Addiction is defined as that compulsive engagement with something rewarding, despite negative consequences, a brain disorder.
And the list is long food, nicotine, alcohol, drugs, gambling, sex. The cost is enormous.
Around $740 billion a year in the U.S., more than diabetes and cancer combined. And it's especially risky when it starts young, in adolescence. Vaping is a huge current example of that danger.
So how can gratitude possibly help prevent or treat something so powerful?
The book points to Reinhold Niebuhr's Serenity Prayer, written in 1932, adopted by AA.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
The courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's become a universal classic.
And the connection.
It's seen as a formula not just for treating addiction, but for preventing it. It brings in those key virtues: serenity, courage, wisdom. These allow you to make conscious choices, guided by potential future gratitude rather than immediate gratification that leads to regret.
Choosing paths that you'll be thankful for later. Wow.
Exactly. It empowers that choice away from harmful indulgence.
This whole deep dive really hammers home that cultivating appreciation, not taking life for granted, might be the best health insurance there is.
It truly seems that way. It's a foundational philosophy for well-being, and the book offers a very simple daily exercise to help build this muscle.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Takes just 30 seconds. Sit quietly, relax. Take 3 slow breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Okay.
Then 3 more breaths, but on each exhale this time, just whisper, "Thank you."
Simple.
Very. And then just for a moment each day, think of 3 specific people, things, or memories you're particularly grateful for right now. That's it. A small deposit in your gratitude bank.
That's a really lovely practical takeaway. This chapter, and really the whole book, The 21st Century Man, is just packed with this kind of profound, actionable stuff.
It really is. Deep insights, but also things you can actually do.
We absolutely encourage you listening to grab a copy and explore these ideas more deeply for yourself. It's truly transformative material. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into Chapter 99, Gratitude. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you found this valuable.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Be sure to join us next time. We're moving on to another incredibly important topic as we tackle Chapter 100, Leaving a Legacy. That's going to be a fascinating discussion. You won't want to miss it.
Take control of your health anytime, anywhere. Visit globalmenswellness.com and start your free trial today. Get expert-level answers in seconds, not weeks, without the cost, the wait, or the awkward conversations. Real support on your terms. Visit globalmenswellness.com now.